You've probably seen countless YouTubers and ads promoting SkillShare as this amazing resource for learning everything. Where SkillShare may seem like the perfect solution, with its flashy advertising and glowing reviews by these big influencers, they are actually hiding the real truth behind these big names. Today, at the Cyberite, we'll be discussing the dark side of SkillShare and why it may not be the best option for your online learning needs. Let's start with the branding and marketing behind SkillShare. They've done a phenomenal job of positioning themselves as the go-to platform for productivity and self-improvement. But when it comes down to the actual platform itself, the reviews aren't as glowing. In fact, on Trustpilot, SkillShare has an average rating of 1.7 stars, with 32% of reviews being one-star ratings. This is despite the overwhelming positive reviews from YouTubers who promote SkillShare in their videos. The main complaint about SkillShare is that it simply doesn't offer the value that YouTubers say it does. At the end of the day, it's just a worse version of YouTube that costs $32 per month or $168 per year. Instead of subscribing to SkillShare, you could get a YouTube Premium family plan for 6 people for just $9 per month, or a premium Netflix subscription for 4 people and still save $12 per month. So, why are people so upset about SkillShare in the first place? Well, for starters, it's not actually better than YouTube. At best, it's able to match YouTube, and that's true for basically any topic you want to learn about. Take Swift coding, for example. If you search Swift on SkillShare, you won't find much more than 50 results. And out of these results, only 3 of them are actual courses on Swift that last 30+ hours. Most of the results are just an introduction or feature videos. The remaining results often don't even have anything to do with Swift. In contrast, Forest Knight on YouTube alone has more than 250 videos all about iOS development. His videos don't just teach you how to write a function or class, they teach you how to make a feature completely functional from beginning to end. Code with Chris's channel literally has more content about Swift than the entirety of SkillShare, and he's just one channel. There are dozens more like iOS Academy and Sean Allen. It's important to note that SkillShare doesn't have any sort of vetting process in terms of who can post content. So basically, anyone can post content on SkillShare just like on YouTube, meaning that the content on SkillShare isn't necessarily more credible, valuable, or informative. Meanwhile, there are plenty of extraordinarily talented teachers on YouTube itself. Most of the coding channels, for example, are run by former or even current FANG software engineers. So even if we take the cost of SkillShare out of the equation, you're still better off using YouTube. Not only does SkillShare lack any sort of distinguishing factor, but YouTube destroys SkillShare in terms of the amount and depth of content. By the way, future millionaires, I'm disturbing you a little. Please, give me a few seconds. This is our first video on the Cyberite. We'll be throwing such amazing business and brand case studies that are not done by anyone yet. So, subscribe for the exclusivity. Now, let's get into our video and talk about the trial process for SkillShare. You may have heard YouTubers pitch SkillShare as a risk-free service with a 30-day trial that you can cancel with no strings attached. But in reality, the trial process isn't what it seems. According to Trustpilot reviews, some customers have been charged for a 1-year subscription after just 2 weeks of the trial period. When they tried to contact SkillShare about it, they were told that they only had 14 days to cancel from the day they signed up, which may seem confusing at first glance. However, upon reading the fine print, it becomes clear that customers do indeed get 1 month for free, but they get charged for the following 12-month period before the trial month even ends. This is rather misleading, and it's not surprising that customers are upset about it. While SkillShare may be advertised as a platform where users can try it for free for a month, many users have found that they are charged $168 only 2 weeks later. This is not an honest mistake, and many users have left negative reviews on Trustpilot. Furthermore, SkillShare's customer service is subpar. and they often refuse refunds or fail to address customer complaints. For example, one customer missed the refund window for an annual subscription by just 4 days and was refused any sort of refund. Another customer was charged for a renewal a year after she canceled her membership and was denied a refund despite having evidence that she had canceled a year ago. Aside from the platform's poor customer service, SkillShare also preys on content creators by taking a significant portion of the subscription fees, which is much higher than what other platforms take. Patreon only takes 5 to 12% of the fees, while SkillShare takes a whopping 70%, leaving little revenue for content creators. In contrast, Teachable offers a free plan for creators that supports unlimited students and charges only a 10% fee per sale. Netflix also generously shares its revenue with its cast and crew. Another major issue with SkillShare is the quality of its content. Despite its claims to be a learning platform, SkillShare falls short when compared to YouTube. The platform has only a fraction of the content available on YouTube, and many of its courses are subpar or irrelevant to the topic at hand. This trend is true for virtually any skill you can think of, making SkillShare an inferior choice compared to the vast amount of free content available on YouTube. And even if you do find a good course on SkillShare, it's likely due to the skills of the instructor rather than the platform itself. So, what's the verdict on SkillShare? Is it worth the investment? Well, based on the reviews and comparisons to YouTube, it seems that SkillShare is not living up to the hype. While it may have a few good courses and teachers, it doesn't offer anything that YouTube doesn't already have in abundance. And the misleading trial process and lack of customer satisfaction only add to the negative aspects of the platform. So basically, if you're looking for a reliable and cost-effective way to learn new skills online, SkillShare may not be the best option. Instead, consider using YouTube or other online resources that offer more value and don't have the same drawbacks as SkillShare. Don't be fooled by the hype and marketing tactics. Always do your research before investing in any online learning platform. I hope this honest take has been informative and has helped you make a more informed decision about whether or not SkillShare is worth your time and money. If you liked my research, I just want a like in return, and if you've used SkillShare before, let us know in the comments what your experience has been like.